and welcome to Movies in Minutes. The object of this show is to review one movie in 1 minute. Today I will be talking about movies in the theaters during April. The first movie up is Muppets Most Wanted, directed by James Bobbin and starring Tina Fey, Ricky Gervais, Ty Burrell, and of course, the Muppets. Beginning right where the previous film left off, the Muppets are back together in their 8th theatrical release, where they begin a comeback tour in Europe. But the evil Constantine, who has replaced Kermit, and his dastardly sidekick are on a crime spree and are framing the Muppets as they go. Meanwhile, Kermit has been thrown into Siberian jail as Constantine. Coming in at number 2 on its opening weekend, it didn't do as well as its predecessor. The film has all your favorite Muppets and jokes, but I felt it was a little too light on the story and too heavy on the cameos, of which there were many. You could play bingo with how many stars were in this movie. It went to many known locations, such as the Tower of London. It's a great kids movie and perfect for any Muppets fan. My rating for this film would be 3 out of 5 stars. Next movie. The next film is Divergent, based on the best-selling young adult series of the same name by Veronica Roth. It is directed by Neil Berger and stars Shailene Woodley and Theo James. Set in a dystopian Chicago, the small population is divided by human virtues, where you choose where you are and stay in that faction for the rest of your life. Tris chooses Dauntless, the fearless, after her inconclusive test. But she is divergent, which means she cannot be categorized into just one of the factions of the selfless, the intelligent, the brave, the peaceful, or the honest. She has to hide her nature or risk being killed by those who believe divergence threaten the system. In its opening weekend, it came in at number 1. The film has plenty of action and a strong story. You feel the nervous energy of those who are being initiated into Dauntless as they have to overcome their fears, and you might even feel fearful yourself. I feel the dystopian storyline has been played out many times, but I enjoyed watching this film. Of course, I'll be also going out and getting the book so I can find out what happens next. The sequel to this book will also be made into a movie. Next film. This next film was highly anticipated, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. It was directed by siblings Anthony and Joe Russo and starred Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Sebastian Stan. The third film with Steve Rogers shows him trying to adjust to the modern world while working for S.H.I.E.L.D. But he becomes tangled in a web of intrigue and must battle a new threat from the old world, the Soviet agent known as the Winter Soldier. But the enemy is not always so clear. It debuted at number 1 on its opening weekend, a surprise to no one as Marvel continues one of the most successful franchises in domestic history. It has plenty of action, more hand-to-hand combat than superhero action, and plenty of humor. Though personally, I felt there could have been better one-liners in previous Marvel films. While most people do know these characters, it would have been nice to have some of the smaller characters more fleshed out and explained. Perfect for any superhero fan, combat fan, or anyone who enjoys stories about old wars becoming a part of this new one. Next film. The last film is The Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson and starring Ralph Fiennes, Tony Revolori, along with many classic Wes Anderson actors. The story is about the adventures of Gustav H., a legendary concierge at a beautiful hotel, and Zero Mustafa, his lobby boy and trusted friend. Gustav is accused of killing a rich woman and must clear his name while avoiding soldiers, killers, and enraged heirs. It was released in a few theaters and managed to get to number 6 in its 4th weekend. The story begins charmingly and descends into murder and mayhem. The film has the classic Wes Anderson aesthetic with gorgeous visuals and quirky humor. There's quite a bit of slapstick comedy that was unexpected and very entertaining. Many moments of the story will leave you gasping and wondering if that really just happened. I believe it might be the most violent Wes Anderson film I've ever seen yet, but it may be the most beautiful. This is my favorite film for the month of April. Those were films from the month of April. I'm Emily Morlan, and thanks for watching Movies in Minutes. We'll see you next time.